Good morning, and thank you all for being here. Today marks a historic moment for the Austin Police Department and the City of Austin. For the first time since 2005, our homicide unit has achieved a 100% clearance rate for all homicides committed in the year 2023. This milestone comes during a year in which Austin experienced 75 homicides, which is nearly triple the number from 2005. Each of those cases represent a person whose life was taken and a family left searching for justice. To solve every single one of those cases is not only rare, it is exceptional. The national clearance rate sits at just under 58%. What our team has done is extraordinary. Solving homicides is not just about arrest, it's about justice. It's about ensuring that families who have lost loved ones receive answers, accountability, and a sense of closure. When homicides go unsolved, it deepens grief, spreads fear, and weakens community trust. That's why this work is so vital. We are sending a message that we will not allow violence to go unanswered and unchecked in the city of Austin. Each arrest tells our community justice matters here, your life matters here. I want to commend the incredible dedication of our homicide unit, 16 detectives, 2 sergeants, and 1 lieutenant, who have worked relentlessly and tirelessly to solve every single case, and I can attest to that. This unit gave everything, long nights, weekends, and holidays, often missing time with their own family to help bring peace to others. This success would not have been possible without the unmatched professionalism, dedication, and heart of our homicide unit. They create a culture of determination where they refuse to leave cases unresolved. They follow every lead, no matter how cold. They don't give up. But I also want to recognize the hard work of our TAC Intel, our crime scene unit, victim services, and our crime analysts. I also want to highlight the critical role that the community plays in this achievement. Time after time, we receive tips, video footage, eyewitness account, and other information from everyday citizens that proved essential in closing cases. Some of these cases could not have been solved without the eyes, ears, and courage of people coming forward. That is the power of community policing in action. To every single person who picked up the phone, who submitted a tip or gave a witness statement, thank you. You made justice possible for these families, you helped grieving families, and you made Austin safer. To the families of the victims, your loved ones are not forgotten, your strength inspires us, this milestone is for you. Your pain and loss fueled our purpose here. To the detectives, the officers, the analysts, and the support staff, thank you for your tireless work behind the scenes. And to the people of Austin, this is your victory too. Your voice, your vigilance, your partnership made this happen. Together, we are showing what's possible when a city stands united together against violence. I will now turn it over to Detective Bryce Bishop for an overview of the final arrest of 2023, and then over to Homicide Sergeant Nathan Sexton for more information on this achievement.
Good morning. My name is Detective Bryce Bishop with the Austin Police Department Homicide Unit. On October 14th of 2023 at 2:20 a.m., multiple callers advised that someone was shot and a male subject was on the ground. Austin Police Department, Austin Travis County EMS, and Austin Fire Department arrived to find Feliciano Alvarado Lahu deceased and the time of death pronounced at 3:43 a.m. Vital evidence by Detective Moran and Detective Jones of the Austin Police Department Homicide Unit at the time was retained and secured on scene that night. The case progressed through May 31st of 2024 when a NIBIN's National Integrated Ballistics Information Network hit was given associated with the firearm involved with the case. On November of 2024, I was assigned the case when both detectives departed the unit. On February 24th of 2025, we received an additional CODIS combined DNA index system assisting with the identification of a suspect from evidence retained by those detectives on scene that night. The subject named Jalen Hemphill, a black male born on August 31st of 2003, was arrested on a murder charge. He has a significant robbery history and was out on deferred adjudication at the time of the murder. I want to thank the combined effort, particularly for this case, of all the detectives of the APD Homicide Unit, the Austin Forensic Science Department, the NIBIN's team, the APD TAC Intel team, and the U.S. Marshals Lone Star Fugitive Task Force, as well as APD Victim Services, the APD Crime Analysts, and other support units associated with our unit. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Nathan Sexton, one of the homicide sergeants. The APD Homicide Unit achieved 100% clearance rate for all the 75 homicides in 2023, and as Chief mentioned, a historic rate that hasn't been seen in just about 20 years. The last arrest was made last week on May 7th, and this is the first time since 2005 that this has happened. Back in 2005, there were 26 homicides that year, compared to this year's 75 homicides. And as Chief had also mentioned, for comparison, there was a 57% national clearance rate. I want to highlight the work of everyone in this unit over here, some of which couldn't be here today, but to include all our detectives, analysts, everyone. Many of these detectives continue to work on these cases months and years after these cases came in. They continue to work on older cases, even though new homicides would come in on a daily and weekly basis, but they never forgot about those older cases. They kept working them until they were successfully solved. Their commitment never wavered. Their work reflects an outstanding, not only outstanding police work, but true public service. I can attest, just being in the office every week, that it takes a personal toll on every single one of them. And it's difficult for people to stay in the unit for lengthy periods of time due to the time and resource commitments that are given by each and every one of these people. This success is not one of our unit alone, though. It's a true department-wide and multi-agency effort. I'd like to thank the Lone Star Fugitive Task Force, TAC Intel. We could not do that. Anytime we're talking to another agency that doesn't have an investigative arm that can help research and track down suspects, that's night and day difference. So many other agencies and units that we visit with are nowhere close to these clearance rates, not just because of our detectives, it's because of that TAC Intel unit. We could not do this without them. Patrol, I'd like to thank all of our patrol officers that responded so quickly, securing scenes and detaining suspects. That's often the case between someone getting away and showing up that extra 30 seconds early and being able to detain them. The digital forensics unit played a vital role in assisting with evidence, whether it's phones, DVR boxes, any sort of digital evidence. We appreciate all their help. The narcotics support unit worked on filing charges in fentanyl-related cases. The aggravated assault unit led in 4 different homicides where someone was shot and ultimately died as a result of those injuries. The Violent Crimes Task Force assisted numerous investigations throughout the year. And outside agencies, we'd like to thank the Travis County Sheriff's Office, the U.S. Marshal Service, the FBI, the ATF, DPS, and other local partners. We cannot emphasize enough the role the community played. This wouldn't have happened. We would not be here today without the cooperation and communication from the public. The tips and calls received on these cases were instrumental in the resolution, and we hope that continues in the future. The collective commitment from the community has make our city a safer place. We want to thank the department for continuing to invest in training for our detectives and officers, to include technology and investigative capabilities so they're at their peak and are able to explore every avenue possible in every case. These successful resources have allowed our detectives to work smarter and more efficiently. APD's homicide unit has consistently ranked among the top in the country in solving cases. Within the last 10 years, we've been above 90% every year. Our investigators continue to work with the local DAs to try to make each case go through the judicial process as smoothly as possible. And while we take a moment to reflect this milestone, our focus continues. Everyone in this unit is driven and passionate about their work. We will continue to strive for solving every case and bringing justice to the families of our victims. Everyone in this unit has an integral drive and a passion for this work. We're committed to solving every homicide for victims, their families, and the safety of our community. This 100% clearance rate is a point of pride, but also a challenge to keep moving forward. We want to thank everyone that helped make this happen and make this city a safer place. Thank you. We can open it up to any questions.
What would be your message to families of victims from other years who are still waiting for closure?
We're still actively working quite a few of them. 2022 cases last year, 21 cases. There's no statute of limitations on murder, so we continue to work these cases. Sometimes it goes to the cold case unit, who still attempt to actively work them. Sometimes it remains within our unit, but those victims are not forgotten.
Detective Bishop mentioned that last suspect was out on deferred adjudication. Is it frustrating to have to look for these suspects who have been accused of other crimes as well?
It is, and as mentioning our TAC Intel guys, they're having to go out and find them again. It's putting their safety in jeopardy, having to go rearrest these violent offenders who are often armed the first time, the second time. So it's absolutely frustrating.
Stepping up for question, obviously when it comes to catch and release, what do you guys have a message for when it comes to trying to, keep people like this who are criminals locked up and make sure they're not out again? Because obviously families always, speak to that happening.
I think it's important to recognize we know that it is a very small number of people within the city of Austin that commit our violent crime, and even smaller, the more serious violent crime. And so these officers identify them. We know who these players are, but it's about how do we keep them in jail. We're talking beyond any kind of harm reduction that we can do. These are violent felons. And when it comes to keeping them in jail, that's important. And so again, our safety of our officers are at stake here. All the work that gets done here at this level is extremely impressive. But again, we know that it is a very small number of people that commit this very violent crime in the city, and we need to keep them in jail when they are committing violent felonies.
Do you have any information on conviction rates for these suspects from 2023?
We don't. We just looking over some unofficial stats, just trying to just do a cursory check. It looks like just over half the cases from 2023 have had some sort of adjudication, but that obviously still the other half are still out there. So it takes, it's a process and it takes time, unfortunately, sometimes years for this to see its way through the system.